Hello, salam, sat sri akal, shalom, khush amadid, and namaste. My name is Nora Khan, and I will be one of your co-hosts today. And on behalf of Central Mass Connections in Faith, CMA, CIF, and the Westborough Interfaith Clergy, I would like to welcome you all to our interfaith music concert, Faiths in Tune 2, since this is our second annual event. So just a quick note on what Central MA Connections in Faith, CMA, CIF, is all about. CMA, CIF came into being out of a desire to bring local people with diverse religious and cultural backgrounds together to help strengthen the connections in our local communities. Connections are strengthened by learning about each other's traditions and practices. But what makes CMA, CIF special is that we want individuals who participate in our events to connect with each other. One of the centerpieces of many of our programs is extended time for participants to engage with one another in a small group conversation, truly meeting person to person, so that the next time that you're in the supermarket, in the coffee shop, or on the train, you might see someone whose path you might not have otherwise crossed and pick up a conversation because you met at one of our CMA, CIF events. Connections in Faith provides opportunities to broaden your knowledge of other faith traditions and broaden your community connections at the same time. Our CMA CIF staff are hosting a table where you can register to join our mailing list today, and you can find us on Facebook or on our website, connectionsinfaith.org. There you'll also find photos and slideshows of previous programs. A few notes of gratitude. A big thank you to Kelly Petralia from Westborough Connects and Sela Dorr from the town of Westborough. Also, thanks for all the help from Pastor Jeff Goodrich and Rabbi Rachel Gurevich. Plus, special thanks to Jawed Wahid and his sound production team, which includes Tony Whittemore and Brian Parmentier. Also, later in our program, we will have two special guests, State Senator Michael Moore and State Rep Kate Donahue. So you will hear a few words from them later on. So in the spirit of making connections, we'll be giving you some opportunities throughout this program to meet each other throughout this concert between performances while the groups are setting up. So for example, during our first changeover break, consider introducing yourself to your neighbors and ask each other what aspects of your faith give you the most joy and or fulfillment. So, without further ado, we are going to kick off our wonderful program with the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints group. So the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints was established in 1830 with only 6 members. Membership today tops 17 million worldwide. Church founder Joseph Smith is regarded by church members as a prophet called in the same manner as the ancient biblical prophets. He received heavenly visions and ministrations of angels and was charged with restoring the gospel of Jesus Christ in its fullness and establishing a church led by prophets and apostles. With divine assistance, Smith translated and published the Book of Mormon from an ancient record buried in upstate New York that he was led to. The preface states that the book's purpose is for the convincing of Jews and Gentiles that Jesus is the Christ, and to reassure the remnants of the house of Israel that God will fulfill the covenants he made with them. All this is to prepare the world for the second coming of Jesus Christ. Missionaries began coming to the New England states in the 1830s, and congregations called wards have multiplied since that time. The choir performing today comprises 8 singers and 3 instrumentalists from several local wards. The song they will sing, Come, Come Ye Saints, matches a lyric penned in 1846 by William Clayton to an existing melody. Clayton was among the early saints fleeing religious persecution in Illinois, and he wrote these words during the arduous trek to the Salt Lake Valley. It was sung frequently by those migrating westward. Its words pay tribute to the courage and dedication of those pioneers. Now a beloved anthem that continues to inspire church members worldwide. Please welcome this group. And here I have with me, small, I'm taking some time to ask each of the a member from each group to share a question, to share an answer about just what what different aspects of their faith are important to them. So one question I have for you, Mark, is could you please name something that you cherish with regards to your faith tradition?
Yes, our faith tradition teaches that we are all children of God, all of us. And the church has become a worldwide entity because of that, attracting people from all nations and places. And that's very important to me to know that we are all children of God.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. I know I myself always love these kinds of events because it reminds me of how much more all of us have in common than what differentiates us from each other. And I think it's a beautiful sentiment, especially for a day like today, and a beautiful day like today. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Performance. So next up we have the Islamic Muslimin Center of New England. The Islamic Muslimin Center in Hopkinton has been serving the New England Shia Muslim community for the last 20 years. They are a religious organization, and their services include Friday congregational prayers, weekly ethical reflections, with supplications on Thursday nights. They run a vibrant Sunday school for children imparting Islamic education. They hold regular interfaith events and special programs in the Islamic months of Muharram and Safar. The holy month of Ramadan fills the center with congregants who come to break their fast together and do congregational prayers and supplications. It is all carried out with a large group of community volunteers and many talented folks under the leadership of Imamia Muslim Foundation, who have been running the center for the past many years. Most of their weekly programs are conducted in English, and people of other faiths are welcome to join. Please welcome the Islamic Muslimin Center of New England.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praises before you, Allah, Lord of the whole universe, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the honor of the day of recompense. Unto you, Allah, Ya Allah, unto you we serve, Ya Allah, only you alone we seek for help and salvation. Please guide us to the righteous path, the path for those whom you have blessed, graced, and favored unto them. Never to those who evoke your anger or your wrath, and not of those who had gone astray. All praises before you, Allah, Lord of the whole universe, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the honor of the day of recompense. Unto you, Allah, Ya Allah, unto you we serve, Ya Allah, only you alone we seek for help and salvation. Please guide us to the righteous path, the path for those whom you have blessed, graced, and favored unto them. Never to those who evoked your anger or your wrath, and not of those who had gone astray.
That was beautiful, beautiful performance. Please give them another loud round of applause. Fantastic job. So everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Amina Rizvi. Thank you so much for coming today. Really enjoyed that performance.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
Now, I have to ask, one question that I'm trying to ask each of the groups is, something about their faith and like bringing, parts of their faith that are personally impactful to everyone here in the audience. So I'd love to ask you, what about your faith inspires you?
The unity that we have within our faith, it is inclusive to everyone. It does not matter the background. It doesn't matter what religion you're from. We are all accepting, all welcoming, and we're also open to all kinds of different foods. All kinds of different foods. Everything is all inclusive, and it's very, very inspiring to know that we here in this town have an interfaith music festival, and that's open to everyone, and that's what we're here to portray, the unity.
That is amazing. Beautiful answer. And of course, I certainly can also relate to the emphasis on food. I am curious, now that you mention it, is there a specific kind of food that you, that's like traditional, that you would associate with a specific kind of holiday, like something that really just makes you feel at home?
The unanimous answer would be chicken biryani. That's something I think that's translated throughout within our country, whether it's India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. There are variations of biryani, but biryani is a staple dish. Any kind of biryani.
Now that's something I can definitely get on board with. I'm Hyderabadi, so I'm a big fan of all kinds of biryani, but Hyderabadis also are a very strong culture focused around biryani as well, so definitely can relate to that. Well, thank you so much. A wonderful job. Great performance, guys.
All right, level 7 and 9. Stand up. Your paper, did you send the two mom? Okay, come on, level 7 and 9. Because your teacher will stand with you. Firstly, are you going up with them? Okay. We are level 7 and 9.
Abid and Naya.
Naya, Ajo Shabash, just stand with me. I'll help you. ये दोनों
चलिए जो साथ
दोनों बहन एक ही है, बहन भाई है, अलग जगह पैदा हो रही है, या वो
ज़ारा पहुंच गई है, पता नहीं ये क्या कर रही है। Oh no, खुद ही वापस आ गई।
It's way too late, but I'm so wide awake. 'Cause I can't sleep yet, I can't sleep yet. Got 1,000 words that won't stop running circles round in my head, round in my head. Sometimes I feel just like these days and nights will never end. But will I ever get this chance again? So I pray, yes I pray, 'cause I know that life I want. When it's hard, I keep working. I'll never give this up, because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth it in the end, because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth it in the end. Yeah, I know sometimes I should relax my mind, take it easy, take it easy. If I find my way through every single day, but I'm a winner, I'm not a quitter, no. Sometimes I feel just like these days and nights will never end. But will I ever get this chance again? So I pray, yes I pray, 'cause I know the life I want. When it's hard, I keep working. I'll never give this up, because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth it in the end, because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth
My father said to me, but one seed you can grow a tree. That tree will grow when you feel the dreams. If you just believe, then one day you'll see, yeah. When I'm on the case, I know it's worth it. I'm on the path now, running like a circuit. Got my dreams inside, I'm ready for the fight. Now it's time to put all I've been working, yeah. One chance, one shot, I won't give up. All my faith is gone, that keep me strong. So I'm sitting there thinking about this world that we're living in. So I'm wasting all the time where others ain't for the sky. Sacrifice some time for my success. I know it's worth it in the end.
Because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth it in the end. Because I know it's worth it in the end. I know it's worth it. I know it's worth it in the end. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
Let's give the Masameen Center another round of applause. Another great performance. Great job. Coming up next, I would like to introduce my amazing fellow co-MC, Raphael Woods. Raphael began his interfaith life at age 17, where he lived for a summer with the Muslim family in Iran, learned some Farsi, and visited the Shah Sabas Mosque in Isfahan. He found that particular mosque a wonderfully spiritual experience. The following year, a Turkish AFS exchange student, also Muslim, lived with the Woods family for the school year. Since then, he has enjoyed Quaker meetings, the religion of his mother, but also services at Beth El in Sudbury and learning with Rabbi Larry Kushner, who became his mentor when he converted to Judaism in 1997. His interfaith life can be said to be a true reflection of the Judeo-Christian tradition.
Thank you, Nora, for that nice introduction. Can you hear me? Now, I think in fairness, I should ask you the same question, which is, how did you get involved with your interfaith life way back when? It's probably not as far back as I did, because 67 is about 50 years ago. So.
That was a little bit before my time, but not too far behind you. So I became involved in interfaith activities in grade school. My parents were very actively involved in the interfaith community in Sharon, Massachusetts. And then as I grew up, I was a really active member of the Sharon Interfaith Youth Leadership Program. I got training through that program to facilitate dialogue between different faith groups, moderate workshops about anti-bullying and being an active bystander for elementary and middle school students. And probably the pinnacle of my interfaith experience growing up was I had a unique opportunity to attend the Golden Institute, their annual conference that had the theme of peace and reconciliation. It was held in Amritsar, India. And my favorite experience was attending the Diwali festivities that were held at the beautiful Golden Temple, which is the most important Gurdwara in Sikhism. And in college, I co-founded George Washington University's Interfaith Action Group, and I believe interfaith work is vital because it shines a light on how much more we all have in common than we have that separates us. And it reminds us of our shared humanity.
I can't agree with you more, and it sounds like you've been very active for a very young age.
I think it's important. I think it's been coded in my DNA, and anytime, just having had that experience, I think it taught me a lot both about self-confidence and interacting with people of all kinds of ages and different backgrounds. And I would highly recommend to anybody because I feel like you always feel more a part of your community if you get to know all the different individuals and different groups of people that are within your community.
Exactly, and that's how I felt when I was first in Iran, speaking Farsi to a lot of people and learning more about Muslim Islam for the Muslim faith.
Now, do you still pick up some, have some of your Farsi? Is there a phrase you'd like to?
Kami Farsi mi donam. Anybody speak Farsi out there? No. Okay. That means I know a little. Oh, there we go. I know a little Farsi. Kami Farsi mi donam. I got a thumbs up.
Awesome. Thumbs up.
I just want to say hi to Mark Gould, who came through
here as the City Council for North Attleboro and Framingham, and I appreciate people showing up to support us.
So just so everyone's aware, we've got some fantastic vendors here today. There's some face painting over here. We have some food vendors over to this other side, to your left, my right. So please take a stroll around, check out all the vendors. We've got some really great fun options over here. We have the playground over here. The kids would like to run around a little bit. And I guess just as, we just modeled, I would love it if, during our breaks of this program, if you would take the time to sort of look to, if there's somebody you don't know that is sitting next to you or in front of you or behind you, just take some time to turn around, shake hands, exchange some names, and tell them a little bit about where you come from and what's important to you about your faith background.
Good afternoon, and this is the part of the program where we feature the Baha'i Faith and the Baha'i Faith inspired music. This is our good friend Bill Fagan, and he will be performing for us. Let me just mention that the members of the Baha'i community are honored to participate today and share with their brothers and sisters of all faiths in a spirit of friendliness and fellowship. Those are key words for the Baha'i Faith is the world's latest independent global religion. Its major tenets include the oneness of God, the oneness of humanity, and the oneness of religions, which are successive and progressive chapters of divine relationship, divine revelation. Baha'is' work is to promote unity, justice, and equality, and the betterment for all. They will seek to collaborate with all well-wishers of our one beautiful and diverse human family.
Hello, everyone. Love and greetings from the Baha'i community of Westborough, and also from myself, Bill Fagan. We were going to have a third person, Nushin, who does beautiful Persian chanting, but unfortunately she's apparently not able to come. So the compensation is just hearing me, but I'll do the best that I can. And I appreciated the introduction, and the Baha'i Faith. If you have to think of one word associated with Baha'i Faith, the word is unity. Much like our Muslim brothers and sisters who spoke before us. Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i Faith, said that the well-being of mankind, its peace and security, are unattainable unless and until its unity is firmly established. So Baha'i Faith, not in numbers, but it is like the second most widespread religion in the world in terms of where it exists. And we like and enjoy working with our brothers and sisters from all faiths and no faith to try to promote unity and better communities for all. And before I get started with the prayer, I just wanted to acknowledge Mark Siebel, who couldn't be here today. He's the backbone of the Interfaith Association and has done so much to bring people together of all faiths and promote unity, understanding, brotherhood. And so Mark is missed today. So I don't know if this is being recorded, but let's give Mark a... We miss you, Mark. See you next year. So now I will go ahead and read the prayer from the Baha'i Faith. Again, it would have been followed by chanting in Farsi, but we don't have that today. O thou kind Lord, thou hast created all humanity from the same stock. Thou hast decreed that all shall belong to the same household. In thy holy presence they are all thy servants, and all mankind are sheltered beneath thy tabernacle. All have gathered together at thy table of bounty. All are illumined through the light of thy providence. O God, thou art kind to all. Thou hast provided for all, dost shelter all, conferrest life upon all. Thou hast endowed each and all with talents and faculties, and all are submerged in the ocean of thy mercy. O thou kind Lord, unite all, let the religions agree, and make the nations one, so that they may see each other as one family and the whole earth as one home. May they all live together in perfect harmony. O God, raise aloft the banner of the oneness of mankind. O God, establish the most great peace. Cement thou, O God, the hearts together. O thou kind Father, God, gladden our hearts to the fragrance of thy love. Brighten our eyes to the light of thy guidance. Delight our ears with the melody of thy word, and shelter us all in the stronghold of thy providence. Thou art the mighty and powerful, thou art the forgiving, and thou art the one who overlookest the shortcomings of all mankind. Abdullah.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
How'd you like to
I can stand up now.
answer one quick question, which is, what about the Baha'i faith really brings you joy?
Something that's already been mentioned, but I think it's a very pertinent and universal theme, and that is unity. I was raised in a faith where I taught that only people of my religion were going to heaven, this kind of thing. And actually, I believe that God is the creator of everyone, and the Baha'i belief that there's one God, that humanity is one, and that all the world's religions are divinely inspired. So developing that universal outlook. And so I don't seek just to tolerate diversity, I seek to embrace it in the context of unity. We're all like the flowers of one human garden. So.
Thank you, Bill, so much for your participation today. And now I'd like to introduce two very special people who are our state leaders, Senator Michael Moore and State Representative Kate Donahue. Could you please give them a little round of applause? Come on up.
Thank you. It's great to see all of you here today to participate in this Interfaith Music Festival. You know, there's so much that divides us today in the world, that having the opportunity and letting music be something that brings us together, I think is something that's really positive, and it's a nice way of letting people communicate, people of different beliefs, and realizing that it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a different belief. And even though we have these different beliefs, we can still come together as one community and work together as one community to make sure everyone is safe, to make sure everyone gets to uphold their values, believe in their values, and practice those values. So thank you for being here, and I want to thank the sponsors of this event for putting this on today. It must have been meant to be. With all the bad weather we have, look at the beautiful weather we have for this event today. So thank you all for coming today, and thank you for interacting with your friends, your neighbors, and people that you haven't had a chance, the opportunity to meet with or speak with. So, and I'm going to turn it over. I'm Senator Michael Moore, and we turn it over to Representative Kate Donahue.
Hi, thank you. Is this mic okay? Thank you. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I live right here in Westborough. It's exciting to see everybody coming from all over the region to be here. Thank you for coming to Westborough. And for those who are here in Westborough, it's so exciting to see this great resource that we have. I watched Baystate Commons go from a factory to what we have here, and it's been such a real asset to our community. Thank you for the people of all faiths, and we very much appreciate you being here, and spend some time learning about other faiths. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kate and Michael. I'm going to just mention the NECSSC, because they have got a long history back. They were established in 1968 to serve as a Sikh center of spiritual growth, political understanding, community activism, and social gathering. So you can tell by their mission that they fit right into our mission at CMA CIF. This group, this circle, governs the Gurdwara Sikh place, which is a Sikh place of worship in Westborough, Mass, where the kirtan services are held on Friday evenings and Sunday mornings. Now, I didn't know kirtan a few days ago either, but I now know that kirtan means singing sacred verses from their scripture, Sri Guru Granth Sahib. In classical Indian music, this form is called the Raj. Raj or Rag? Raj, right? Okay, good. And the Hindu religion also uses this word for singing their sacred verses. The other aspect of the NESSC is that it has classes for both children and adults held in Sikh theology, language, history, and music. It is my pleasure to introduce the Sikh Circle of New England. All yours, Amandeep.
Hello? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Raphael. It's so beautiful day today, everybody. Thank you. We are from Sikh faith, as Raphael said. So we are going to perform two Shabad, like same hymns, offerings to our God. So in short, I just want to say a few lines about those. One universal creator God, that's what Sikhism believes in. And by the grace of true Guru is a teacher. That's the only way you can understand or appreciate God's ways. And the Lord, the embodiment of mercy, removed everyone's sufferings, and thus His own glory is increased. That man who sings the praise of the Lord, the treasure of mercy, has the help and support of the Lord.
Sama
I just want to thank you, our teacher, our guru, Mr. Ramarao. Without him, I could not have, or we could not have performed today. And want to thank you, Simon Dukes, and Mohini Dukes, and my son Varman. Thank you so much.
My good friend Amandeep.
Hi, Raphael. How are you?
It's about what brings you joy in your religious practices.
Yeah, our religion is all about singing praise of Lord in form of music. That's what brings us joy. So it's all about music. Yeah.
Is there a connection for you between the spirituality and the type of music that you play?
Yeah, it's a long tradition in Indian classical music. So all of our offerings to Lord, the singings are in Indian classical music, and which is all in Hinduism and even Islam. So the Indian classical music is like not American classical, it's more like a classical that there are like various ragas, and particular rag has to be sung in a particular time of the day in order to get the fully involvement or appreciate it fully. But doesn't matter, like you can sing it any time, but these ragas are in the morning ragas, whatever we sang. But still, you can sing anytime, but if you want to truly appreciate it or get involved, you have to sing in the morning. And there's the morning prayers, the evening ragas, in the midnight, night, is all time of the day, there's a rag dedicated.
That's fantastic, and that sounds very similar to other faiths who have a cycle of events and prayer meetings during the day. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next year. Thank you. Thanks again.
I think Raphael and I were gonna model another question.
Okay, go for it.
So what rituals or practices that you find in your faith are especially meaningful to you, and why?
That's pretty easy, because for the last 25 years on Saturday mornings, Shabbat mornings, I practice Judaism, and every Saturday morning is Shabbat services, and what we have Torah study. So we study the what the Christians call the Old Testament, and Torah for us is obviously a sacred book that we can look at over and over and over again, because over the last 25 or 30 years, I've read parts of Genesis probably 25 or 30 times and asked questions in the study group that make us more connected to our faith. And I recommend it to everybody to read their sacred scripture and delve more and more carefully into what the meaning is. So.
I mean, I'd imagine having these discussions with the study group also means that each time it's like you're exploring a new aspect of it, or you're learning something new, even if you've read the same thing 25 times.
Exactly. What's really illuminating is that there is always something more. Not to mention, in Judaism, there are 300,000 people doing commentaries on a particular verse in Genesis. So you always have somebody else to look into. And besides, there's a great tradition in Judaism where you argue about everything. So, and that's a good thing. When you argue, you get deeper and deeper, and more deeply involved. Now, there was a. This is a joke. There was a gentleman who was stranded on an island, and he made sure that he built 2 synagogues. So he could look at one synagogue and say, "This is my favorite place in the world. I love praying here." But that synagogue, oh my God, I would never be caught dead in that synagogue. So we choose to argue and voice our opinions.
I have heard a few variations on this joke before. I think the other one I heard was that 10 people got stranded on an island, and then 13 synagogues were then created.
It's the same math. Exactly. Yeah. You always need one that you would never step foot into. Okay.
Diversity of thought is important, right? Like within your faith as well as outside of your faith. So.
Okay, so as the audience to look at a couple of questions. Have you been able to look at your neighbor and get their attention and ask a question like, what would you like, what if anything would you like to know about a faith tradition or religion that is not your own? So that's a pretty wide open question, but just in the spirit of getting to know somebody who's sitting next to you, could you just take a moment and see what they think about a faith tradition that they don't know much about, and what questions would they ask?
And luckily you have more than a dozen different faith groups here to ask these questions, these unanswered questions that you may have.
We have at least 12 different faith groups here, so take a moment and introduce yourself to your neighbor and see what you can come up with.
So next up we have Alhambra Academy. Alhambra Academy is the first full-time accredited Islamic school in New England, and their goal is to raise children with a strong intellectual and moral background. They strive to provide an environment that encourages the cognitive, spiritual, moral, emotional, and physical growth of every student. They foster spiritual and moral growth in a progressive Islamic environment, an environment that instills in their students the universal values of love, compassion, peace, tolerance, equality, and justice. Their philosophy reflects a commitment to educate their students to become responsible and productive members of society through education and social partnership. Please welcome the Alhambra Academy.
Thank you.
Alaikum assalam. Please give Alhambra Academy another big round of applause. This is Shima Khan. Shima, again, this is an amazing performance. I'm always especially impressed when I see this much stage presence and confidence in young kids, and like, you guys were fantastic. I mean, really. It sounds like they rehearsed it a lot, and they did a beautiful job.
They were ahead of the music. Loved it.
They're just so excited. That's why, right? Like I too, my musical timing is always influenced by how excited I am by the performance. I am going to be singing the closing number with everybody. So one question that I wanted to ask you, that we're asking each of the different participants at the end, is what is an aspect of your faith that brings you the most joy?
So many. This is a hard one. I love that Islam encourages us to engage in service. I think, it's built into the religion. I love that we have to do something for others in order to be Muslims. And then I also love that we are minimalists before it was popular. You know, we were told to live like travelers before Marie Kondo came in. So I love that about Islam.
I had never thought of that way, but you're right. Like they've had that kind of like Bedouin sort of roots in the culture, right? They kind of makes you realize about the sort of, come here, the impermanence of the physical material things. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. So next up, I think Raphael has a few announcements, PSAs to share with everybody.
Sure. I was just going to make a few comments about who we are, which is CMA-CIF, Central Massachusetts Connections in Faith. And over the years, we have grown to be close to 300 individuals, with many more who have attended at least one event, including the Martin Luther King Day of Celebration, which we've done for about the last 4 or 5 years. We are an organization co-founded, and we've worked with on the MLK Day with Westborough in connection with Westborough Connects and the Westborough School Department and the Westborough Interfaith Association. So we are trying to link up with different organizations to do all this good work. And through our participation in the MLK program, our leadership has taken steps in the past year to read and learn more about racial inequalities, which is extremely important to us and hopefully more and more to the wider public. We've engaged a trainer to deal with implicit bias and racism. We continue to seek and learn and grow so that the way we do our work can be even more inclusive than we already are. Our CMA-CIF organization actually has a unique open structure, which means that anyone like today participating in an event today or a future event is automatically open to joining our core team. This is a group of 33 individuals who meet regularly during the year to plan and design our 3 annual programs. The group is largely lay-led, with just a few clergy in the mix providing personal and institutional support. Now, here's the deal. If you are interested in learning more about our organization and helping in the future, please let our folks know over on this table with a green cloth. We would love to get your email and keep you updated. So, thank you for your attention, and I'll pass it back to Nora.
Thanks, Raphael. Next up, please welcome the Sri Radha Krishna Temple. The Sri Radha Krishna Mandir in Northborough, Massachusetts is a temple devoted to celebrating and practicing the beliefs of Damodara, or popularly known as Krishna, one of the many gods found within Hinduism. Hinduism teaches respect and tolerance of others' faiths, and the Radha Krishna Mandir strongly follows this. So please welcome Sri Radha Krishna Temple.
Thank you everyone for coming. We are from Radha Krishna Temple and we are going to sing a devotional song. And this song is sung in praise of Lord Krishna, and lyrics of this song points to the invaluable teaching for devotions. The lyrics of the songs are presented in lovely poetic lines in form of an answer. Answer to can we see or feel God?
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं माँ यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, गोपियों की तरह तुम नचाते नहीं, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं, अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं, राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभं। राधे कृष्णा 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 राधे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, कृष्ण 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 राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे कृष्ण कृष्ण राधे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा।
Please give another round of applause to the Sri Radha Krishna Temple group. Beautiful, beautiful performance. One thing I'm trying to do with each of these groups is just to ask a personal question about people's faith practices and experiences. So, Pankaj, I'd love to ask you, what about your faith brings you the most joy?
Actually, as you know, that Radha Krishna Mandir is a community-based temple. This is by the community, for the community, and we strongly believe that all religions teach us to respect the other religions, and we respect other religions, and we try to do as much as possible to do the community work, no matter from where he's coming, what is their caste, what is their religion. So when we found that Interfaith Music Festival is coming to here in Westborough, and we also participated in the last year, so this is the platform which we can say that we strongly are following the same belief as you guys are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's such a beautiful sentiment. I mean, really living your faith and your values by being of service to your community. And it's just a wonderful philosophy to have. Thank you so much, Pankaj. So next up, we have the Cross Act of Marlborough Bethel Presbyterian Church. So this is a big group, a very high energy group. They are a theater group formed by their youth members from the Bethel Presbyterian Church of Marlborough, and their main goal is to speak about the love of God through the arts. Please give them a
basically somewhere on the shoreline here, there's an unmarked cemetery for the old state hospital. And a couple years ago, some people were trying to like form a group or whatever, interested thing to clear the land, see if they could find it. Ended up falling through. They weren't able to get the sonograph technology or whatever it is.
I don't know anything about it.
That was me. Yeah? But yeah, he would be good for this. I'm sure he's familiar.
Where everybody's buried here.
Yep. Yeah, right. Well, I used to come here like when it was still open. My uncle worked at the power plant, and I remember he brought us Cub Scouts tunnels one time. But he would also take us on the trails all the time too. Yeah, if you like see anybody like wandering in the woods with a hospital gown, let me know. Approach them. Wow.
It's awesome.
Right?
Dump some more and drag it out for like a little bit. Take the first off of that mound. Yeah. That way it's off here and then drag it.
I didn't realize this camera had a speaker. Are you guys going back here?
No.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't see him make it. I was recording on that one. That's good. Better audio. But I thought, I think this commercial, put some text on the screen, like in honor of Arbor Day. You could every friend. Yeah, right. Of course. Put some text on the screen, like in honor. Of course.
God require of you? Justice, kindness, walk humbly with your God. Seek justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. What does your God require of you? What does your God require of you? Justice, kindness, walk humbly with your God. Seek justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. What does your God require of you? What does your God require of you?
What does your God require of you? What does your God require of you?
God. Seek justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. What does your God require of you?
What does your God require of you? What does your God require of your God?
Justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. Seek justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. Seek justice, love, mercy, walk humbly with your God. Say shalom, bimroma, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'iru, amen. Oh, say shalom, bimroma, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimramav, huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Oh, say
say shalom במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו והכל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן. Shalom, חברים, shalom, shalom, להתראות, להתראות, shalom, 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 חברים, shalom, חברים, shalom, shalom, להתראות, להתראות, חברים, שלום חברים, שלום, שלום, להתראות, להתראות, שלום, שלום, שלום חברים, שלום חברים, שלום, שלום, להתראות, להתראות, שלום.
Where do you want us to go?
Are we going off or are we staying on? Oh, we're staying on. Sorry.
They stay on. Share Joy, thank you so much for this final performance, and please stay on the stage so that we can all enjoy doing our final rendition of We Are the World. And your name is?
Karen Rothman.
Nice to meet you, and thank you for participating today. Can you just give us your thoughts on what kind of joy comes through your faith?
So the main tenets of Judaism are to help heal the world, to bring justice, and to spread kindness, and that's what we sing about. I did want to share one other thing about Judaism that I thought kind of encompasses this whole festival, and that is the word shalom, which many of you are familiar with. So shalom has many different meanings. It means hello, so hello to you all. It means goodbye after we've met. It means wholeness, and it also means peace.
Perfect. Great way to wrap this up. Okay, so next we're going to hear from Nora, and we're inviting everybody up. Please, even if you don't have a singing voice, as I don't, please come on up, and we've got the We Are the World lyrics. Good, come on up. No, come on. Don't be shy. Michael, Beth, come on up. Everybody who has a voice should come up, please. So we're not, Amy, come on.
Amy, Sheila.
Not to worry. Even the tone deaf. All right, come on, everybody. We've got
Please,
verses.
come on, everyone, gather. It's a group song. We'd love everyone to participate. So our closing song is We Are the World, the lyrics of which are on the back of the programs. This song was performed in 1985 by virtually every famous singer of the 80s. It was to raise money for African famine relief. And the choice of this song to close out today's event, as well as our last Faith and Tunes event, was chosen by Sheila Eladrus. It was her idea because the song promotes unity for God's one big family. Sheila Eladrus has been a member of the Central Mass Connections and Faith for over 4 years. She's also a member of the New England Bangladeshi Association, Westborough Connects, and a co-leader of the Sisterhood of Salam Shalom. In her day job, Shayla is a teacher at the Faith School in Southborough, Mass. So just a few notes of gratitude. Special thanks to the Faiths in Tune 2 Task Force, specifically, in addition to Shayla, there's Amy Rosenberg, David Van Zandt, Iris Kraus, my co-MC Raphael Woods. Also thank you again to Kelly Petrelia from Westborough Connects and Sela Dore from the town of Westborough. Thanks for all the help from Pastor Jeff Goodrich, Rabbi Rachel Gurovich, and thanks again to our special guest, State Senator Michael Moore and State Representative Kate Donahue. Thank you to the Bassam Hashmi from Yar Events for our beautiful backdrop, and thank you again to our sound engineer, Jawed Wahed, and his sound production team, Brian Carmentier and Tony Whitmore. And thank you again to all of our vendors that came out today. We really appreciate everybody's time and attention today, and without any further ado, we will sing our We Are the World together. And again, I encourage everybody to please sing along. There comes a time when we heed a certain call. Got too excited. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives, and it's true, make a better day, just you and me. So they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. Every heart that's beating is worthy of our care, so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, make a better day, just you and me. When you're down thing you take away from this day is to get to know your neighbors. We all have so much more in common than we have that divides us. We are all one great big family. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Amen, amen. Thank you, Nora.